How is it going, everybody? Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to World of Tanks Update 1.1's test server, one of the biggest patches that we have ever received. The hype is real because this update features a lot of new stuff, including entire new tech tree, personal missions 2.0, new reward vehicles, new maps, some map balancing and some other things on the top of that. But today I am here to introduce you the flagship of Polish tech tree, Tier 10 heavy tank called 60TP Lewandowskiego, or 60TP Lewandowski, or simply 60TP. So in this video I try to cover everything you need to know about this tank, how to play with it, how to play against it, what are good and bad things about 60TP, because even if you're not thinking about grinding towards 60TP, you most definitely have to know how to play against him. And at the end of the episode I have one really awesome battle for you, featuring a lot of action and a lot of damage done, and my ace tanker as well in 60TP, if that means anything on the test server. Although it wasn't the easiest tank to ace, at least after like 4 hours or 5 hours the test server was up, because there were always like around 10 60TPs on the battlefield, so ace tanker bar raised battle after battle, especially when I wasn't one of those guys who was spamming premium rounds in every single fight. So let's go and let's start with the vehicle characteristics. All the stats that I am going to share with you right now are simply 100% crew stats without any equipment or boosters. And overall I was playing this tank as most of you are going to play with it anyway, so no improved equipment units. I was using coated optics, vertical stabs and tank gun rammer, brothers in arms because I have those on my main account as well, and I didn't use food, so fire extinguisher. But let's get going and let's start with the firepower. So this tank comes with 152mm boomstick, with 750 alpha damage, penetration 250, rate of fire 3.21 rounds per minute, reload time 18.7 seconds, turret traverse speed 25.03 degrees, gun depression -8 degrees, gun elevation 20 degrees, aiming time 2.88 seconds, accuracy 0.36, and average damage per minute with 100% crew is 2407. Now when 60TP is going to be released, we have 3 750 alpha damage tier 10 heavy tanks in total in this game, E100, VK72 or 1K, and I think it is quite fair to compare this vehicle to the Object 705A as well, even though this tank has 650 alpha damage. So firepower compared to those vehicles, to the E100, 705A and VK7201K, average penetration is in the middle, a bit better than on German ones and a bit worse than on 705A. Same goes to the rate of fire. Reload time is in the middle, 18.7 second reload time, a bit slower than on 705A because, as I said, it has 650 alpha damage, but a bit faster than on German heavy tanks. Turret traverse speed once again is in the middle. I can say gun depression, however, is the best. -8 degrees of gun depression is really good, especially for this kind of turret, for this kind of hull. You can do so many great things when you can hide your hull, when you can hide your lower plate, when the only thing that enemy team can see is your turret. It is hull down king, I can say, and it most definitely needs some balancing from the artillery when it is hull down. Yes, indeed. So -8 degrees of gun depression is what really makes this gun handling for me. Aiming time is the worst compared to those guys, 2.88 seconds, but accuracy is the best, and DPM is also the best, 2407. But they're all pretty close to each other, but still minor differences here and there. Next up, survivability, 2600 hit points. Once again, it is in the middle. Only E100 has 100 more hit points, but it has more than on 705A and on VK. Hull armor 160 in the front, 100 on the sides and 90 in the rear. Turret 260, 150 and 100. Now turret armor values, this is almost the best. 705A has just ridiculous turret, at least on paper, 330 frontal turret armor, 180 on the sides and 120 in the rear of the turret, but it is super super slick and sleek and slopey vehicle, so the effective armor value is quite crazy, as you can see from the 3D profile. So overall survivability, I can say, is really good. Moving on into the mobility, this vehicle is 60 tons heavy tank. It is actually the lightest and by a huge margin. How the hell is this vehicle only 60 tons heavy tank? For example, E100, 130 tons, 705A, 100 tons, VK7201K, 120 tons heavy tank. And this vehicle only 60 tons. Blows my mind. But engine power is almost twice as weak as well. 780 compared to the 100's 1200. 705A gets 1500 horsepower engine, but power to weight ratio is in the middle. 705A has better, but this one has 12.97 horsepower per ton. Top speed 35, reverse speed 14, and hull reverse speed is one of the best, among the best, 25.03 degrees per second. So overall mobility, once again I can say, is quite average. It is not as good as 705A, but still pretty decent. And finally, concealment, well, it is a freaking heavy tank, so it does not matter, and view range 390 meters, which is the same with 705A, but 10 meters less than on German heavy tanks. And on the background now you can see one battle where I simply wanted to test out this armor. I saw one awesome position to fight versus other heavy tanks, and even with JPZ 100, and all those guys were using premium heat, so I simply wanted to sit over there. I wanted to test out the armor, and I actually bounced many heat rounds, even from JPZ E100, just to see if this vehicle has any weaknesses when it is completely hull down. Well, Panzerkampfwagen 7 was able to penetrate one ridiculous shot that bounced off from my roof into my commander hatch, because the penetration, when he was able to penetrate me, I heard the bouncing sound on my tank, but suddenly I saw this guy did some damage to me, so yeah, that was quite ridiculous shot, but overall it is hull down king. And this is 60TP Lewandowskiego on paper. I have to say, I enjoyed playing with it, and it is one really solid tier 10 heavy tank with heavy frontal armor and 750 alpha damage gun. And when I was boosting it to as much as most of you are going to boost it, so brothers in arms, once again, tank on rammer, vertical stabs, and go to dropkicks, and no food, and no improved equipment units, you can see reload time around 16 seconds, and mobility was upgraded a bit, so gun handling was also upgraded a bit, and I have to say I really enjoyed it. 16.4 second reload time, and goodbye Badget with a little barbecue, 3 damage done with a fire, and that is it. Now, I think let's take a look at this battle I was talking about. So it was really action-packed from the start to finish, aiming at the WZ-132-1. I was aiming at the tracks, because you should always go for the tracks, especially while this guy was standing still, but I didn't get any tracking action, and I super low-rolled as well. 620 damage from 750 alpha damage gun, but you know RNG in this game. Oh well, so once again, I am reloaded, looking for maybe the WZ-132-1 once again, and this guy actually decided to run away. I guess he didn't have 6 cents. Just thinking about how he was sitting in that bush, and now he had no idea if he was still spotted or not. And by the way, we had one team killer as well. And so now, if you're looking at my personal mission, I need only one more kill, and thank you WZ for that kill. I was able to complete it. I was able to complete my first personal mission 2.0 with honors. So how it worked was you had to get 20 kills in any number of battles. I think so. Battle amount wasn't limited, but you were able to boost your kills if you did 3000 damage at the same battle. So let's say you had 2 kills, but you did 3000 damage. So at the end of the scoreboard, it equaled 4 kills. So secondary condition makes your progress faster. Understandable. Destroy 2 vehicles but deal 3000 damage in the same battle, and this equals 4 kills. And I was able to get 20 kills in 5 games. Or was it in 6 games? Maybe it was 6 games if I'm thinking about one tier 9 battle as well. So yes, I can say I completed this 20 kill mission with 6 battles. Simply because I did 3000 damage in 5 battles, I think so. Anyway, moving on with the battle, 4700 damage done already. Soon I am going to be reloaded and aiming for the tracks once again. This time it actually worked out. Badger has been tracked with 767 damage and some assistance due to the ramming, I guess. But full HP 60 DP over here. Who is not aiming towards me? Who is aiming at our guys on the field? So quick shot into the side turret, that should be a penetration, and yes, 753 damage done. And I decided to go for a full face hug maneuver over here. It is really hard to penetrate face hugging 60 DP, so I knew, or I always expect that enemy players are using heat, and I tried to penetrate the same commander hatch that Panzerkampfwagen 7 penetrated on me. And yet another heat bounce from that 60 DP, and down it goes. So sadly I was able to deal only 1 damaging shot, but I am still alive and he is dead. And now we have only 3 more enemy tanks left to destroy: 60 DP, Type 5 Heavy and Sheridan. Type 5 has a lot of HP left, and something was shooting HE. I think our 60 DP was firing HE at Type 5. So Type 5 has 1900 HP left, but I'm also seeing FE45 who was aiming at the Type 5 and a penetration. 1901 damage with 1 single shot. God damn. And I am only 1 shot short from crossing 7000 damage, so let's try to make it happen. And that shot goes in. My one and only premium heat that I fired in this battle goes into the pooper of that enemy 60 DP, and I was able to cross 7000 damage. It was really awesome and action-packed battle, and close to 3000 damage bounced at the same time, and I bounced quite a few premium rounds in this battle. Now you also can see what happens after you completed the mission. So mission Alliance 1 completed, destroy vehicles, deal damage, 150,000 credits, 17 points, ace tanker, high caliber, top damage done, top experience. What else? Oh, that FE, 9 shots, 7 hits and 2 penetrations, and still second place by damage done. And I actually made credits without a premium account, over 20,000 credits. So yeah, ladies and gents, 60 TP. Take it or leave it. My opinion about this vehicle, as I said, it is one really solid tier 10 heavy tank. I quite liked it. I like my E100 as well. I don't know why, but I like all the high alpha damage guns, alpha damage heavy tanks, because in many situations, I would say more often than not, alpha damage is the king. Alpha damage is the way to go, because it equals better trading shots. DPM only comes in handy if you get into DPM fights, but how often do you get into 1 versus 1 DPM fights? Not so often. So my opinion about this tank is actually quite positive. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it was informative or helpful somehow. If it was, like button is for that, and click subscribe button to be notified when I upload another episode. Maybe even today or maybe tomorrow. We'll see. Stay awesome, take care, and bye.